always good when they can see it.
Mm-hmm. We'll just give them another minute or so, just to make sure everything is clear. Turn my camera off over here so we don't see the roof. There we go.
I like the roof.
Yeah. All right, we should be up on Facebook, I think.
Take a look, see. Not that it matters here.
I got broadcasting. All right, here we go. Coming up in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of NTWC Plus. It's only February. It's not hurricane season. What are we doing here, right? We're supposed to wait till hurricane season to talk to you. We're not here because there's a storm out there, but we're here to talk to you about what's coming up during this hurricane season in terms of our program. The National Tropical Weather Conference is first week of April. We're going to talk about that in just a second, give you an idea what to expect. But first, let's thank our sponsors who are here week in and week out, day in and day out to make this program a reality. We appreciate each and every one of them. USAA, thank you for what you do, USAA. The South Padre Island Convention and Visitors Bureau, the host of the National Tropical Weather Conference, will be there again just less than 2 months now. The Weather Company, Weather Boy, and Weather Call, all folks who make this a possibility. So thanks to all of those organizations for what they do. USAA and South Padre Island Convention and Visitors Bureau have jumped on this event from the very beginning, and we appreciate them. With us today to talk about the 2025 National Tropical Weather Conference, let's start with former director of the National Hurricane Center, Bill Reed, joining us from somewhere outside of Houston. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning from League City, Texas. It's on its way up to 82 again today, which would be 3 days in a row. And 2 weeks ago, it was 22. What can you say?
It's winter in Texas at its finest. So anxious to hear about what you've been doing during the off season. We'll get to that in a moment. Also want to introduce from the shores of the Gulf of Mexico, from Galveston, Texas. Let's welcome Dr. Hal Needham from the GeoTrek podcast and the disaster scientist. Good morning, Dr. Hal.
Hey, everyone. Great to see everybody. Happy 2025. Bill, I was up in your neck of the woods yesterday. It was 82 degrees. I drove 25 miles to the island. It was 68 and a lot of fog. So big difference this time of the year in the temperature.
Yeah, it's a classic sea fog setup now, and it won't go away till the next front probably.
Yeah, we're seeing the same thing down here. It's my house. I live about 70 miles inland. It was 88 yesterday, and the beach was 69 and zero visibility. So yeah.
I remember one year down at South Padre for our conference. It was up around 100 at your house, and it was in the 70s at the conference. Yes. Incredible.
That's a relatively common spring thing, and it's not spring, it's just February. We're not there yet, but it's already happening. So also on the call today from hurricanetrack.com, Mr. Mark Suddeth. Good morning, Mark. How are you? What part of the world are you in today?
Wilmington, North Carolina, at the home office, where we also had snow, and we've also had the fog. You know, the SpaceX launch last night from Cape Canaveral, they had so much fog you could not see the rocket. And all the different, like NASA Space Flight Now, those guys, they were all upset because you couldn't see anything until it cleared. It was pretty wild.
We had one of those here at Boca Chica, you know, at Starbase, when they were first experimenting with the big rocket. And we covered, you know, for the TV station I work for, we cover all the launches.
Yeah.
We decided it's going to be too foggy. They're not going to launch. We're not even going to go out there. And you turn on the feed, and it launched, and then it blew up right before it landed. But all you saw the fire, you know, it taking off, and then you heard the explosion. But nobody ever saw the actual rocket in the air because it was just.
He was just trying to outdo Clayton's fireworks show.
Right. Clayton, oh yeah.
We'll see what we can arrange for this year. See if we can get a launch.
Right.
Yeah, you know, the National Tropical Weather Conference, you know, that we're here to talk about today, is that first week of April. SpaceX, right now, they're scheduling a launch for the last week of February, which will be Starship 8. They're launching about every 5 to 6 weeks. So that would about line up. If things go well, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll have a launch during the conference. That would be pretty cool if we can see that happen.
That would be.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable to see. And when the ground shakes and everything else, it's pretty remarkable. If it doesn't blow up, it's even more special. which we'll see. We'll see. So let's talk about the conference. Let me go over the dates first. If you're joining us online and you're not familiar with the conference, or maybe you've never been and you're thinking about maybe this is the year, we're the first week of April of 2025 at the Marriott Courtyard Resort on South Padre Island, Texas. It's going to be a little bit different this year. We're adding an extra day. That's a hurricane risk workshop. So the lay of the land, if you will, is on Tuesday, April the 1st is our student conference. We added that a couple of years ago, and you guys have seen how that's worked. We're bringing in 500 area high school students, and some of our best speakers are going to spend time with them just talking about tropical meteorology, what you do in meteorology, what they, and really give the kids an idea of what's involved in meteorology. And Hal, you were part of that last year. You saw the looks on the kids' faces. Talk about that a little bit. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it was amazing. What I loved about it is we brought all these different speakers. Some of them are meteorologists, some are videographers, some work in geography and mapping. And I think it really expanded their view of all these different career paths that they could take. It was fantastic, really bright kids.
So that's happening on Tuesday the 1st, and that's a handful of the speakers will be here for that. But the conference itself technically begins on Wednesday the 2nd, and that's our hurricane risk workshop. And the hurricane risk workshop is kind of geared toward media, but we're going to be talking about messaging, a lot about messaging. And Bill, when we talk about messaging and understanding the message, that's been kind of the challenge in the last couple of years. We're going to do a whole day just on that. I think that's going to be an important day. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of us have been thinking for quite some time now that improvements we make in the forecasting won't change the outcome if we don't change how we get it through to people that need to act for something they don't really want to act for. So I think that's a great thing to be, because you guys are the messengers. Whether it be broadcast traditional or online, that's where people are going to connect with what the problem is. So I like that idea.
And this is being done in conjunction very specifically with the National Hurricane Center. Jamie Rome is kind of spearheading it, making sure that we've got the right people in there to share that message. And Mark, you're out in the zone before, during, and after the storms. And no matter how well we forecast it, you see the impact that it has on people. And sometimes they don't respond. And that's, it doesn't matter, as Bill said, how good the forecast is. It's how good the message is.
Yeah, and we saw that especially with Helene, that there was all this, forewarning of what was going to happen in Western North Carolina. But, the great forecast that it was, we still had that big disaster, and the messaging is changing because we're saving people from storm surge, but now they're dying in their cars or they're getting trees falling on them, and it's just always evolving. So this will be really good, definitely.
I saw a message, an article I shared with a couple of you guys in the New York Times yesterday about how deaths from storm surge or deaths in hurricanes are now back tied to inland flooding, more so than anything else. And rather than storm surge, because we're getting the message to people in the storm surge zone. But
I think we need to still focus on all three, because as NHC pointed out with Helene, that's the most deaths attributed to wind since they've been tallying those up accurately since 1963. So it's still, it depends on the storm. Each storm's going to have a different footprint when it comes in as to what it does. So that's part of the challenge is to focus on the problem as it occurs with each storm. And I thought they did a great job during Helene. I remember following what the local offices were putting up, and it was really good on the rainwater flooding well in advance.
So that's going to be
recording in progress.
That's going to be the point of day one, and that's the Hurricane Risk Workshop. That's a new ad that we're putting into the conference this year, just because getting that message out is important, and helping people understand what the risk is really important. So we're going to spend a whole day just on that, working with the National Hurricane. Jamie Rome's going to spearhead that and do a lot of that. So I think that's going to be really good. As we head into the main conference itself on the 3rd, Dr. Phil Klotzbach will be with us. He's going to do the hurricane seasonal forecast as he does every year, and Bill, you were saying before we got started, El Nino, La Nina. I guess we'll wait for Dr. Phil to see what he's going to say.
Yeah, the NOAA people have a running 1-year forecast that goes on the ENSO cycle, and their current thinking is the higher probabilities that it'll be their likelihood is an ENSO neutral, which doesn't satisfy anybody because if you look at our history, the Western Gulf has a tremendous amount of landfalls in ENSO neutral, and so we're almost as vulnerable then as you are in a La Nina as far as an active season in specific places. So.
All right, let's break in here for a second. This morning, we've got a special surprise. Let's welcome Flash President and CEO Leslie Chapman Henderson.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
So, thanks, Alex, Tim, Bill, Hal, all you guys. So, I want to start by saying Happy Weather Person's Day.
Oh, that's right.
Woohoo!
Yeah. It's 3 days,
Everybody
3
gets to
days
say thank you.
Yeah, 3 days after we barbecue the groundhog.
We're here. We were given the esteemed honor to say Happy Weather Person's Day to some of the best and brightest, all of y'all, today on February 5th. And we all know this event, this holiday coincides with the birthday of John Jeffries, our first pioneering weather observer, I guess is what you guys would call him back in the day, 1774. He flew the first balloon over Boston. In 1784, he got in a balloon over London.
Wow.
So I'm very proud and honored to be able to say to all of you, Happy Weather Person's Day. But there's something else we get to do today, and that is to celebrate and announce the National Weather Person of the Year. Because as you know, this is our 12th year. And as many of you who are here, and hey, Max, I can't believe I get to see you today. The announcement of the award coincides with the National Weather Person's Day. So we're going to name in just a minute the 12th winner of the National Weather Person of the Year award. And I want to recognize our past winners before I do. So first in 2014, Jim Cantori of the Weather Channel, then Max in 2015. Great to see you. Alex Garcia, 2016. There you go, for all the great work that you do and continue to do. Dr. Rick Knabb, 2017. Ada Manzan in 2018, who put up a beautiful post this morning of her memory of being named. 2019, James Spann. And 2020, Joe Snedeker from the Northeast. 2021, Ginger Z, Chief Met, ABC News, as you know. Hey, Ken, good morning. 2022, Ken Graham, who's now our fearless leader, right, at the Weather Service. 2023, Matt Capucci from My Radar. And then last year, last but not least, Mike Burrish, who I see right here in the Hollywood Square. So congrats to all the past winners. This year, for the first time, we're not just naming National Weather Person of the Year, but we're bestowing this as a Lifetime Achievement Award because this extraordinary individual's contributions have shaped not just the field of meteorology, but he's also has an enduring legacy of advancing public safety for decades. He made a lasting impact for his instrumental role in championing the first wave, now a almost 21-year-old program, Turn Around, Don't Drown, through a collaboration with us during his time at the Weather Service. He is a U.S. Navy veteran, was a hurricane hunter, and dedicated his career to the NWS, serving time with the NWS in Texas, Virginia, Maryland, and Florida. He is a co-host, as you know, for the National Tropical Weather Conference and the NTWC webinar series. And of course, he held one of the most pivotal roles in NOAA as director for the National Hurricane Center. Even in his post-NHC role as director, and sort of retirement. He continues to give back. He gives his time and expertise to Texas A&M. It's hard to keep a straight face at this point. Through many university advisory boards, including his former College of Geosciences Advisory Board and Atmospheric Sciences Advisory, among others. His dedication to education, safety, and resilience remains each and every day an inspiration to us all. So by now, I think you all know who we're talking about. So on behalf of the nonprofit Federal Alliance for Safe Homes Board of Directors, more than 100 partners, it is my great honor to announce that you, Bill Reed, have been selected as the 2025 National Weather Person of the Year. Yay.
Now I know why Donna. Now I know why Donna put her clothes on instead of her PJs early today.
So, Bill, you are amazing, and your commitment, not just to meteorology, but for everyone on this call and all of the tremendous partners we have, you've extended that into supporting resilience. And your leadership has guided people through some, during NHC days, through some of the worst storms and helping protect the communities. But it's not just a recognition of past achievements. What we truly appreciate is your continued contributions, again, as evidenced by what you're up to today. As you know, you will be invited to come back to the National Disaster Resilience Conference as our guest. And we are going to celebrate you and continue this recognition. I can't wait to come to NTWC and celebrate you in person in South Padre. So right now, I'd like to invite Donna Reed, Mrs. Bill Reed, to join us. She has a special gift for you, Bill, the secret conspiracy. I don't know if she's in the room. When she's ready, if she wants to come forward, we do have a little secret mission that I believe we've accomplished. Hey, Rick. We'd like to present that to you, but I also want to just stop. Oh, wait, there she is. Hey, Donna.
Yeah.
Hey, how are
Back up
you?
so she can fit in the screen here.
It came Saturday, and I'm horrible at keeping secrets.
But she did.
But I did.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, so Bill, that is your gift for the wall, and you have to put that right there next to your hurricane flag. Now, I'm gonna stop talking and let all of our folks here, if you guys want to just fly up your hand. I know people are already putting comments in the chat. Max, you want to lead us off with some inputs for our 2025 NWP winner?
I'd love to. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Just fine, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm very honored to be here today to recognize someone so special to us all, someone who has made, indeed, tremendous contributions to our weather community in particular, someone who sacrificed a lot, for example, moving, I think, 9 times to different states, by sometimes moving away from your Texas family, and by supporting your spouse for nearly 50 years. I'm, of course, talking about Donna Reed. Now, I know Bill's name is on this Lifetime Achievement Award, but we all want to thank you, Donna, for your part in all of this. Now, I could really talk all day about Bill, but I'll share just one story from 2006. My recollection is that you were playing golf when I called you one day to tell you that I had decided to retire and I wanted you to apply for my job. I think at the time you were very satisfied being the meteorologist in charge in Houston. And I'm pretty sure that you're not thinking about the possibility of running the Hurricane Center in Miami. I'm thankful it all worked out. A lot of side stories there that we'll save for another day.
Yeah, that was, I was actually at the overlook of the Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs. And if they had had a defibrillator there, I would have used it.
Well, there are not too many people that have been as successful at so many different jobs in meteorology as you have, and you're truly deserving of today's award. So congratulations, Bill.
Thank you so much, Max. Good seeing you.
So who wants to be next? You guys know how to use the raise your hand function, or you can just
Just
turn off
start
your
talking.
mic and,
Yeah,
and
just start
jump in.
talking.
Yeah.
Hey, Leslie, it's Rick Nab. I'll go ahead if you don't mind. Bill, one of the best descriptions of an effective leader is someone who not only has people follow them, but whose influence lasts long beyond the time they depart a particular place. And relative to your time as director of the Hurricane Center, that was definitely the case, because I followed your example of making it such a high priority for the Hurricane Center to partner with Flash in big ways, and we just kept building upon that relationship. And I wanted to thank you for setting that example and introducing me to those folks. And I think it is entirely appropriate that not only are you the Weather Person of the Year, but this is a Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations, so well deserved.
Thank you so much, Rick.
Let me jump in. Hey, hi, Bill. It's Brian.
Yeah,
As
Brian.
a fellow old guy, let me let me tell you that what I really appreciate about you and your entire career, as long as I've known you, which has been God, a long time, is that you still have the ability to communicate thoughts and key points in a way that everybody can understand them. And you're really an inspiration to those of us on the communication side of this business. So every time I see you work, even at our advanced age, I really appreciate it and appreciate everything that you've done for the weather enterprise and for me. Appreciate it, Bill, and congratulations.
Yeah. Well, you'll relate to this. My statement back on that is about us being old and still doing it is once a weather nerd, always a weather nerd. Thank you.
I guess that's true.
Speaking of weather nerds, I guess I'll go next. Bill, I just remember commiserating with you, just all the sharing of leadership when you were in MIC in Houston. I was in MIC there in Slidell. It's just absolutely amazing that we just use each other to really think about how we take our offices forward. And I just think of you, that position, I think of you at NEC. You know, you're one that intentions minus actions equals squat. You are always one that has intentions and turns them into actions to get things done. And it is, you've already heard it. I mean, it's amazing how, you know, those actions and the culture change that you've brought to everywhere you've been is everlasting, whether it's Houston, the other offices. You know, you think about NHC and then now continuing your work continues to shape the meteorology and the tropics and just everything you're doing. It's just really having such a big difference. So Bill, just congratulations on this. Congratulations for all the hard work. Thanks for all the incredible years that we've been able to share things and be able to go forward. There's probably some good stories here, but we'll save that for drinks one day.
Yeah, right. You got to wait till the statute of limitations for some of those stories.
Exactly.
Looks like it's cold up there, Ken. Stay warm.
It is. Got some ice tonight, some snow, ice, wintry mix going on tonight here. It's a mess.
Yep.
Well, Bill, I'm gonna
jump in, somebody.
Bill, I'm gonna jump in next. This is Matt Moreland, and I just wanted to say congratulations on your lifetime achievement, Bill. Along with everything that everybody said, he's been instrumental in building careers for many people in the Weather Service, including myself. Bill was my first supervisor in the Weather Service for 10 years, from 1998 to 2008 at WFO Houston Galveston. We worked a lot of major events there together, and just so happy to be part of this today. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks a lot, Matt. The one event I remember the most is you called me in. You were putting tornado warnings out as the floods of Allison started. I just mowed the yard, and you said, "Oh, I need to be here for an hour." At noon the next day, I got to go home and change. It was a wild night.
For sure.
I'll jump in if I may. Mike Burrish, Bill from Jacksonville, Florida. Congratulations and job well done. I had a chance to see you at the Resilience Conference and talk with you a little bit last year. And I've always told the story. I told it last year during my keynote address that 25 years ago when I came to Jacksonville, Florida, I hardly knew what a rip current was or a high or low tide, let alone a tropical storm or a hurricane. Your information was priceless, and me getting a chance to bend your ear, along with many of the other people that are here on this conference call this morning, was priceless. And I tried to soak it up like a sponge, and you were a big part of that, and I appreciate it. Job well done. Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you so much.
Next.
I can't believe John Zarella is not going to say anything.
Come on, John.
This is too rare. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. No, I just never liked the guy, you know?
Okay, I won't. Okay, John, I won't steal off your plate at next year's conference.
Yeah, that fish was really good. No, I came at it from a whole different perspective because I was the journalist coming to you guys at the Hurricane Center so that I could regurgitate the best information possible. And you were always great, absolutely spectacular, as all the previous and directors since have been to me in getting the information, getting it right, getting it out to the folks who were watching us. And clearly, at the end of the day, that is the most important thing, always will be. And you were a spectacular friend, and I always respected everything you did for me and my colleagues, and everything that you were able to give us so that we could get the best information, most reliable information out, so that we could basically protect people. Thank you for everything, buddy.
Thanks for the kind words, and back at you, because if it wasn't for your writing skill, maybe I wouldn't have been as nice.
I just wanted to say something. This is Hal Needham. I remember about 15 years ago, I was a grad student. I was at one of my first conferences. I had no idea what I was doing. And right after my presentation, you came up to me to encourage me. And I thought, man, a lot of established professionals, they're at these conferences to visit with old friends, see their colleagues. And I've seen you do this many times where you'll approach that new student just to encourage them to continue in their research. I've seen you do it at the NTWC student conference we have in South Padre, just taking time to mentor young people, taking time to encourage them. And I just always appreciated that about you.
Well, thank you. I always found that it'd be very important that the informal, short-term, take an opportunity when it's there to mentor someone that's coming up behind you. Because if the ones coming up behind you don't do a better job than you didn't do your job.
Hey, Bill, Eric Salna here at FIU in Miami in the Wall of Wind. Just wanted to, again, as everyone else, say congratulations. You know, over the years, just thinking back, you know, how you've always been so supportive to me as well, but giving me the time when it comes to questions and comments and things that I was working on all the way from Southeast Texas and Beaumont to the Disaster Survival House in Deerfield Beach, and then FIU in Miami and the Wall of Wind. So this journey, you've been a part of it, and I'm very, very thankful to how you've been supportive and helpful to me over the years. So thank you very much. Well deserved what you're getting today.
Thanks a lot, Eric, and good luck with your Wall of Wind work there. It's very fascinating.
Oh, Alex, it looks like we're coming down to the wire here. Did you and Tim, we have some beautiful comments and kudos in the chat that we will save as part of this. We are recording this as well for you, Bill, so you'll have that as well. And I noticed somebody's AI note taker is busy here too, so that's always exciting.
Yes.
That would be you, Tim.
So
I want to give you the last word, Bill, as we kick off this celebration that, as we mentioned, will continue all this year. and just extend to you our deepest gratitude for you and what you continue to do and how we look forward to celebrating. I didn't know if you had any closing thoughts or if Alex or Tim did as well. Thank you again for letting us do this in this setting. We deeply appreciate the co-conspiracy to do this today.
I do. I haven't got anything planned out because I really didn't know this was coming up. So I deeply appreciate it. I think have it being recognized for a lifetime of work by your friends and peers that you've worked with along the way is just so great. And yeah, I look forward to celebrating there. I might buy everybody a glass of water.
Well, Bill, congratulations on behalf of Alex and myself and everybody at NTWC, the National Tropical Weather Conference. Leslie, thank you for making us part of what you're doing today, and congratulations, Bill. We appreciate everything you do week in and week out here, and of course, in person at the National Tropical Weather Conference. He's got the hardest job at the conference, and that's keeping everybody on time. And you know what I'm talking about.
That's still my title on the Facebook about you is my job is Chief Cat Herder. So the problem is a lot of people worry about that. I don't care. And the great thing is you guys figure out how to flex when Mark Sudduth runs half an hour long, we figure out how to live with it.
Well, you handled it well, and thank you. Thanks, Leslie, for offering to fly all of us to the conference. Everybody on this call, we appreciate that. Thank you.
You are
got
welcome.
That memo, right?
Yep, and thank you, Donna, for the conspiracy of getting that in there, and then the Flash team. We really deeply appreciate all of you guys and everyone, and I'm just looking forward to that. Maybe we'll have fizzy water in South Padre, Bill.
There you go.
We'll have Klein's revenge, I hope, right, Tim?
Yeah, the experienced veterans of the hospitality suite. So yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well,
Perfect.
thank you, Alex. Do you have anything to add before we wrap it up?
No, I just I want to say thanks to Bill for everything he's done for the conference, everything he's done for me to kind of guide me along. He and I both know we're introverts, and boy, when you shake things up, things change. And I appreciate all the help and the guidance along, Bill, that you've given me all throughout these years. As I said back in 2016, you're one of the guys who stood up for me, and I really appreciated that.
You deserve it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for being part of the program today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Leslie, thank you so much. Leslie, thank you for choosing this as your venue to congratulate Bill. No person better to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award in weather than Bill Reed. Everybody do your handshake, the applause. There you go. And thanks everybody who's part of the program today. Mark, Hal, Bill, Alex, thank you. We'll see you guys, hopefully many of you in person, first week of April, South Padre Island. Registration's open at hurricanecenterlive.com. We're going to wrap up the program today. Thank our sponsors, USAA, South Padre Island Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Weather Company, Weather Boy, and Weather Call, all part of what we do. We'll be back live eventually. Talk to you again. Until then, take care. Have a safe day. And once again, congratulations, Bill Reed.
Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you down the road. In their hand.
I was wondering what you were thinking as I started seeing everybody coming on, man. I was dying. I was like, still thinking, like, what's happening?
Yeah, no
What are they doing here?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the best. This is the best one ever, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is cool.
Can't wait to see you live.
Yeah, this is even better for April. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
Bill, were you surprised that Donna was able to keep it a surprise?
Yes and no. She was overstating how quick she gives away secrets. She can hold them for a few days. I don't know how you got the package in the door without me intercepting it, because I pick up the packages usually.
Oh man, well she was waiting for it on Saturday.
She's sitting by the curb.
Sure.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Congrats.
All right,
this
guys.
is awesome.
Again, thank you again. Appreciate it.
All righty.
See y'all later. Have a good week.
Thank you.
See you, everyone.
Take care.
Thanks for being part of it, Mark. All right, and then there were us.
Then there were
Thanks,
us.
Al.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It worked out well. Thank you.
Okay, man, what a wild time. I had a
It seemed to
computer
go really
decide to
well.
go down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just went away. And that was the one that Mark was on. And I'm like, oh man, I had like 4 cameras and I was down to 3. And then I had things flying and the audio stopped. And so I don't know if you watched me. I was up flying around for a while.
Well, it looked good. I didn't see any, you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell at all. It looked really good.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it going so it wouldn't be too crazy. I put it in a 3-shot. Then I put one over here where it would just automatically change. So, yeah, it was a little wild, but I got it recorded.